It is Sunday, November 17th. I am currently on my way to our car shop so we can clean the car, and we're actually going to video, washing the car, cleaning it, and we're going to explain a little bit about the car and, the different parts of it a little bit, and we're mainly cleaning it for an event this weekend that we have. We will be at Cleetus and Cars at Bradenton Motorsports Park. It's this upcoming Saturday, November 23rd. So we will be out there testing the car, having fun, making passes, just practicing and getting used to everything, and stuff like that. It should be really fun, and we should, get some more data. I'm going to get more seat time, and that'll be really good for me because I will take all of the seat time that I can get, because practice makes perfect in the racing world. So yeah, today we're going to clean the car, we're going to give a rundown, and that's what our Sunday is going to consist of this week. Can you help me do the roof?
Yeah.
And the middle. So what we're doing here today is we washed the car and we're cleaning it, and now we are going to explain a little bit about what we did to the car, where we bought it, and we are also going to explain a little bit of the class rules and regulations, not really in depth because that can be done at a later time because there are so many rules to follow. But we're gonna show you the car, what we've done outside, in where the motor is, and underneath the car and inside, so you guys can actually see what we've done and what we did to redo the car ourselves. So when we first bought the car, it did not have a full roll cage. We actually cut the back of it out, and then we've added the full roll cage, and it goes to the floor here, it goes up top, it runs across, it goes all the way back there. And the reason we actually had to put a full roll cage in is because I'm so short that I sit so close to the steering wheel. Is if we had just a bar here, the bar wouldn't protect me if I got into an accident.
The rules are 6 inches. The seat has to be 6 inches from the main hoop, and because we added this in case there was a rollover, no bar here, the roof crashes down and hits you in the head. So that's why this 6-inch rule is in effect. It's an NHRA rule. That's why we did this, just for safety.
And then we have the seat brace here, which you have to have. And then we added another one because a NHRA official suggested it, because I sit so low that, you know, they wanted to keep the seat.
Yeah, in a rear impact, if this thing were to fold backwards, because this is so low, they were concerned that you'd have no support for your head. They wanted us to add this. So that's why it has a second brace on the seat.
Yes.
Most of these things that have been done to this car are because Autumn drives it, and no one else can really drive this car. You can't get the seat far enough back to get comfortable in it. So really, it's a one-driver deal. And a lot of the things we did to the car were a little excessive, but it was purely for safety because Autumn's a little shorty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the car was basically, when we got it, the car was bought in '76. And it was never titled. The car has 0 miles on it.
No, it has 3.
Well, however much it has.
3 miles to test drive.
Yeah. The car was bought and built into a race car from day. This car has been an NHRA stocker since 1976 when it was brand new. But when we got it, nothing had been done to the car other than raced. So it was, you know, it was pretty worn out. So that's why we decided to go ahead and redo the car. We didn't replace everything with the car because you can't find all the parts for this car, but you can see that the interior panels were blue. The car was originally blue, the interior was blue, and we just painted it. We did a lot of these parts you can't even buy.
The dash pad used to be blue, you can see right there, and we literally did the vinyl ourselves on it. We wrapped it ourselves. It's not the best job in the world, but every dash pad that we could find, it wasn't in the best shape, so we decided, hey, let's just do our own. So we took the dash pad that was originally in this car and redid it ourselves, and we did all of the door panels black to match.
So originally the car had this
a cover.
Yeah, a cover that covered the floor, and it basically laid right here. And we didn't really like that because we needed to run weight tanks to get the car to our legal weights, and we didn't like the way the weight tanks were in it originally. So we built some tank straps, moved the tank up. This is the original tank that came in the car. We just painted it. This is a weight box. We have 2 of these. One weight bar goes here and another one goes right here just like it. Brand new fuel system we put in the car. and then we had this made because
custom built.
Yeah, anything that's the fuel system cannot be in the driver compartment. So this is all built to where it's completely sealed. So if there is a crash,
when the hatchback comes down, this rubber seals it. So it's sealed.
Fuel cannot get in the car.
In its own little area.
Yep. So obviously the car this is a natural eye car, and Autumn will make a video showing exactly what all these rules mean. There's a ton of rules. It's a very difficult class to race, but this is a natural eye car. We step down one class, H. So A would be the fastest class, and then B would be slower, C would be slower yet. We're a natural eye car. We're lighter than our regular weight, so we move down a class to a lighter class, which is H, which speeds us up a little bit. The car minimum weight for NHRA is 3330, and this car originally had 165 horsepower. It's been refactored through NHRA to 275 horsepower, and Autumn will explain that later. It's a 350 cubic inch engine with a quadrajet 4-barrel. Now, per the rules, we have to run the original cast iron head and the original cast iron manifold and quadrajet. So we'll take a look at that now. So this is all they do make replacement heads. We don't have any. We have the original GM heads, original GM manifold, and an original 207 quadrajet carb. Like I said, we'll figure all that out later. Autumn will explain it. It's pretty detailed, but we basically stripped the whole car. Everything's been painted, firewall down to the bottom of the floor. We'll show you that. And
everything that can be powder coated was powder coated.
Yeah, all
black,
the inner fenders, A-arms.
It was either black, this what is it, silver vein?
Yeah, hammer tone.
Or it was painted.
Just regular paint silver.
Regular silver.
Yeah. So we everything was off this car. We took everything apart, and every single thing was either replaced or it was refurbished. So
we added things like the switches. We can turn the car on from out here, and we have a really nice on and off switch. We have 2 places we can charge the battery, here and over there if we need to, which we usually use those that charging area because it's easier.
Yep. And we've changed headers a couple times. We're gonna change headers back to the ones we just took off the car because the car was faster.
Those came with the car. Those are the original ones that we bought with this car. And we'll put the other ones back on.
Yeah, we had a new set, a bigger tube set built, and we're gonna put them back on this week, which Autumn will probably explain to you why we're doing that and where we're going next weekend. That'll be a later video. But everything on the car is brand new. I mean, has 4-wheel disc strange brakes we put on it, brand new wheel studs, brand new rims, brand new tires, pretty much everything. The trim was removed and powder coated black. The dash,
windshield, we had the windshield replaced because it got cracked. So we had to find a new windshield, but we took the glass out and put it back in all ourselves.
Yeah, you can tell because we messed it up a little bit, but we did it ourselves. So, but now we'll take a look under the car and kind of explain how that's done and whatever. Another thing that might confuse people a little bit is in these classifications for NHRA, we run H stock. But if it's HS, that means it has a stick shift transmission in it. If it has an A designation after it, it's an automatic. So HS would be H stick shift stock. HSA would be H stock automatic. So let's get it inside and take a look at the underneath.
So the core support, the frame, all of the suspension parts, they are all powder coated, but they're all the original stuff. But because we can't change any of that, it all has to be original, what came with the car in 1976.
Yeah, no tubular A-arms, nothing like that. No lightweight frame, nothing. You are allowed to cut the K-member for only to help you get the oil pan off, because they do tear these cars down at the track. They force you to pull parts of the motor apart just to check to see the legality of it. So basically everything here is new. It's got QA1 double adjustable shocks on the front. Basically, it's got a legal oil pan on it, meaning we can't use any larger oil pan than what they allow, basically a stock oil pan, because there's horsepower in getting the oil farther away from the crankshaft, and we're not allowed to do that. So, and like I said, Autumn will explain more of that in another video as far as what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do. It has a 4-speed transmission, a Jericho, and then, you know, the safety stuff. We're not allowed to use a stock bell housing, which nobody that drag races should be using a stock bell housing. It has to be SFI rated, and it has an SFI clutch and some really beat up old headers that we're going to change next week. But you know, everything, the car's a little dirty because clearly we've been racing it. It has powder coated everything, drive shaft, rear end housing. The bottom of the car was painted. It does have a race pack, like data acquisition. It has a sensor in the transmission. It's got all the typical sensors. It does have a rear sensor on the for the drive shaft on the pinion yoke. And we put all new bushings, all new brake lines, new U-joints. You know, we're required to run a drive shaft safety loop. The rear suspension must be stock. You are allowed to change leaf springs. We run Calvert split mono and Calvert bars, Caltrax. And it's got solid bushings in the front, rubber bushings in the rear. Now it does have a 12 bolt in it. We are not allowed to run anything other than corporate. That means if it's a GM car, you have to have a GM rear end. Now it doesn't have, this car came with a 10 bolt. They allow us to switch it and use a 12 bolt. Used to be, back in the old days, you had to run what came in the car. So if it came with a 10 bolt, you had to run a 10 bolt. We run a girdle cover just to stiffen up the caps so it'll decrease deflection on the between the ring and pinion. Fuel lines, everything is brand new. This has a return system on it, so it's a -10 feed and a -10 return. And yeah, I guess that's about it. It's got same QA1 style double adjustable shocks in the rear and strange brakes.
And a wheelie bar.
Yeah, it's got a single bar. There are also rules on how long the bar can be. The bar can't hang way out past the bumper. They don't allow it. They want the car to look somewhat factory, like so somebody can relate to it. There is another weight bar right there bolted under the car on the frame.
Hence the class name, Stock Eliminator.
Yeah, when they say Stock Eliminator,
stock, and it pretty much has to be
yeah,
pretty close to stock as 1976, 69, whatever class, whatever year you're running.
Yep. The shock mounting location must be in the factory location. You cannot move the shocks. You cannot move the inner fender well. The tire is limited. The largest tire we're allowed to run is a 9-inch wide tire. So we run a 29.59 15 Mickey Thompson. And yeah, that's about it. But there are a ton of rules. I mean, we can't even make videos that would explain the rules. Like this bar cannot be any lower than the wheel. They just don't want they don't want a ton of performance enhancements because these cars already run pretty fast for what they are.
Well, other cars.
Well, it's all class related. We can we can buy an A car, but these, what I like to call Stock Eliminator, is the most expensive slow car that you can ever build, because it's really expensive and they just don't make any horsepower. You're not allowed to do anything to them. And we'll get into that later, but Autumn will throw some pictures up of this car when we got it, what it looked like, and maybe some through the process so you can see exactly what we've done. But it's been quite a process, and the car made a really big change cosmetically from what.
Really big change.
Yeah, we didn't change a lot with the setup on the car. We put better brakes, better shocks, things like that. What we considered was a better wheel and things like that. But in all reality, it was a race car when we bought it. We didn't change a whole lot concerning that.
So we bought it a race car and it stayed a race car.
Yeah.
It
And
didn't change that way. We just changed it cosmetically and made improvements to the car that, maintenance improvements.
Yeah.
That someone else hadn't done.
clearly we had to fit a smaller driver, and
Yeah.
but yeah, it's been fun, and we hope that some people watching this stuff on Autumn's channel I hope they enjoy it as much as we enjoy making the videos and racing the car.
So we're all done washing the car. Everything's put back in the shop. And in the upcoming week, we will be changing the headers back to the ones that we actually had made for us, because we believe they just produce more power. So we'll change the headers back, and it won't be the ones that came with the car. It'll be the ones that we got. And those will be changed for Cleetus and Cars. Cleetus and Cars, like I said, is November 23rd. We'll be out there. We'll have some fun, make some test passes. I'll get some seat time. And we'll see what the other headers will do again. ones just don't produce the power that, or the performance that the new ones do. So for some upcoming videos, I will explain, you know, what the class is about, rules and regulations, why we do this class, why we have to follow all of these rules, you know, what it really all entails. We are actually working on a room in my house right now where I can edit, and it's going to be all racing pictures. We're going to have a desk in there. And that's where I will do some videos where I'm explaining certain things, talking about certain topics. So definitely in the next upcoming weeks, we'll have more videos put out. And I'm really excited about Cleetus and Cars. We'll get to go out, get some seat time. I love getting seat time. I absolutely love driving that car and learning and making progress. So that's what this channel is going to be producing shortly. And that's what you guys can expect to see. Information, racing, testing, and even maybe some new things with different cars. We don't know, but we're pretty positive that we're gonna have some other stuff to do. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll keep you updated. We'll keep doing videos. I hope you guys like it, and thanks for watching.